The call came in at 5:18 a.m., just as the sun was beginning to lift itself over the row houses of Millbrook, Ohio. A 24-year-old woman, Emily Harper, had been assaulted behind her apartment complex near the dumpsters. She was found shaking, her clothes torn, blood on her knuckles where she'd fought back. Through tears and shock, she told officers one detail she was certain of. The man wore a sanitation uniform and smelled like trash and motor oil. By noon, the city thought it knew exactly who had done it. Marcus Reed had worked sanitation for the city for 14 years. He drove the green truck on Route 6, the one assigned to Emily's complex. He was quiet, divorced, lived alone, and had once been written up for arguing with a resident about overflowing bins. In a town desperate for safety and answers, that was enough. Police brought him in for questioning. He never left. A pair of boots found in his locker had a tread pattern similar to a partial footprint recovered near the dumpsters. His uniform was collected as evidence. When detectives asked where he'd been at 4:45 a.m., Marcus hesitated. He'd stopped to use a gas station restroom, something he hadn't logged. Hesitation became suspicion. The arrest made headlines that afternoon. City sanitation worker charged in dumpster area rape. Marcus's mugshot ran on every local station. Neighbors stopped returning his sister's calls. His daughter's school asked if she could be temporarily homeschooled. Marcus insisted on his innocence. "I didn't touch her," he told anyone who would listen. "I was working. I was doing my job." Few believed him. Detective Laura Chun had seen cases like this before, ones that felt finished too quickly. Still, she followed protocol. She interviewed Emily twice, carefully, compassionately. Emily was brave, resolute, but her memory of the attacker's face was blurred by fear and darkness. "He knew the place," Emily said. "He knew when nobody would be around." That detail stayed with Laura. Sanitation routes were public knowledge. But exact timing wasn't. Laura pulled traffic cameras near the complex. At 4:41 a.m., a sanitation truck passed the dumpsters. At 4:42, another vehicle followed. A white utility van with no markings. Marcus's GPS showed his truck had already turned the corner. Someone else had been there. When Laura reviewed bodycam footage from the initial response, she noticed something else. Emily had described the uniform as green, but newer, clean. Marcus's uniform, pulled from evidence, was anything but clean, ground in stains from years of work. DNA from under Emily's fingernails was rushed to the state lab. While they waited, Laura widened the net. The apartment complex had recently contracted a private waste management consultant after repeated complaints about missed pickups. The consultant had access to schedules, routes, and staff movement times. One name stood out: Evan Brooks. Evan was well-spoken, 38, married, and respected. He gave presentations to city council about efficiency and public safety. He also owned a white utility van. When Laura asked to interview him, he laughed lightly. "Of course," he said. "I'm happy to help." He said he'd been home that morning, asleep beside his wife. His wife confirmed it after a pause. The DNA results came back on a rainy Thursday morning. They did not match Marcus Reed. They matched Evan Brooks. Laura confronted him with the report. His face drained of color. The smile vanished. At first, he claimed contamination, then consent, then finally silence. Investigators discovered Evan had borrowed a sanitation vest weeks earlier for observation. He'd watched routes, learned blind spots, chosen someone no one would question as a suspect. Marcus was released after 36 days in jail. There were no cameras when he walked out, no public apology from the city, just his sister's arms around him and a guard who wouldn't meet his eyes. Emily asked to see Marcus before the trial. "I'm sorry," she said through tears. "They told me he was you. I believed them." Marcus nodded, his voice barely steady. "You did what you had to do to survive." Evan Brooks was sentenced to 25 years. Marcus returned to work, though the stares never fully stopped. His daughter transferred schools. His name remained searchable online, forever tied to an accusation that almost destroyed him. Detective Laura Chun wrote in her case notes, "Justice isn't just about finding who did it. It's about resisting the urge to believe the first story that feels comfortable." Every Tuesday morning, a green sanitation truck still rolls through Millbrook before dawn. Most people never look up, but Laura does. This is Secrets Behind the Crime.